someone I used to see, she don't give a damn for me. Well, let's get to the point, let's roll another joint, let's turn the radio loud to know to be proud. But you don't know how it feels, you don't know how it feels. People come and people go, people grow young and some grow cold. I woke up in between a memory and a dream. So let's get to the point and let's roll another joint. Head on down the road. There's somewhere I gotta go. Well, you don't know how it feels, you don't know how it feels to be me. My old man was born a rock, he's still trying to be the clock. Think of me, what you will, I've got a little space to fill. Well, you don't know how it feels, you don't know how it feels, no, you don't know how it feels. Hey, how you doing out there, Guitar Heroes? All right, I'm a little more Tom Petty today. You don't know how it feels. And I think this is a 90s song for Tom. In fact, it might be on one of his solo albums as opposed to the Heartbreakers album. Okay, so we've got a drum intro and a nice slow one. It kind of reminds me of a Neil Young song. So, no drummer, this is what you got to do. Then we basically are going to have a E and an A back and forth with kind of a unique little strum, but not complicated. It's kind of it kind of emulates the drum beat. Then that rhythm pretty much takes you through the song. So we're, right after we do that a couple of times, so we're going to do an E A E A E A E A E A E. Okay, now we're going to go to an E and we're going to come in on the first verse, which there are 3 of them. Let me run with A, you tonight, I'll E, take you on a moonlight ride, and then we're still going to continue that. E, A. Second line, back to an E. There's someone that I used to see, but E, she don't give a damn for me. Okay, now we're going to go into chorus number 1, and the only reason there's 2 versions of the chorus is because one line's a little different lyrics. Okay, so you're on an A, coming off an A. Well, let me E, get to the, and now here's the most difficult part of the whole song. We need a B suspended. Now an A suspended is the same as you take the E minor and you just move those 2 fingers down. and that's an A suspended. Or you could say, well, I'm gonna do an A, and depending on how you do it, 1, 2, 3, then you're gonna pull up this third finger, and you kind of get the same thing. So it's these two notes that we want to get with a bar chord, because that's pretty much the only way we can get it. And so we're going to be in that B position, but instead of using my A bar chord to get all those notes, I only want those two. And so I'm going to take these two, third finger and fourth finger are going to be on the D string and the G string, and up two. So we're going to have a, well, let me get to the, and this is how I start. I put these two fingers here and I slide them down and I lay my bar down. To the point, let's eat. Roll another joint, back to A. Turn the E, radio, back to B. Loud, I'm to E. Alone to be proud. Back to the E. You don't know how it feels. Don't know how it feels. A little pause to be me. E, D, A. One more time. E, D, A. Okay, we go into the next verse, exactly the same thing, and then we do chorus number 2, which just has basically some different lyrics. So the first line's the same. So let's get E to the point, back to that B suspended. Let's E, roll another joint, and then here's the only change. Let's E, head on down the B suspended. There's E, somewhere I gotta go. So that line is the only thing that's different than the first verse. And then we go back into that same last two lines. You don't know how it feels. You don't know how it feels. You don't E, don't know D, how it feels. Pause a little bit. To be me, E, D, A. E, D, A. So we're playing that same progression on the do. You don't know how it feels. We're just repeating that part. Okay, well then there's a guitar solo, and then we have one more verse, and then we do chorus 2 again, and then we have a just kind of a repeat of the you don't know how it feels. You don't know how it feels. No, you don't know how it feels to be me. Now we started on E, so we're going to finish on an E, but there's a kind of an extended harmonica outro at the end, and so you can just kind of leave it as that when you're playing. So not a horribly complicated song. The E and A thing are pretty good. Just a little, that little different rhythm. Kind of get that drum beat in your head. So on the downstroke, I'm just hitting this first couple strings on the E. And that kind of gives you that little let's see, I think it's 2 short hits and then a long. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, okay, so two short hits on just a couple upper strings, and then a kind of a full strum. Short, short, long, short, long, short, 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 short, long. So that's pretty much the way it is, but keep that drum beat is really what you're trying to emulate. And that speed is basically the same. It's not really any different when we get into the verse. Will it get to the point? Let's roll another joint. Turn the radio loud. I'm too lone to be proud. You don't know how it feels. Now I feel like I'm doing something a little different when I get to you don't know how it feels. That's not the same as the you don't know how it feels. You don't know how it feels to be me. D, A. So that's the only part that just feels a little bit different from a rhythm perspective. You don't know how it feels. 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 So I'm kind of going back to this. You don't know how it feels to be me. So I guess we got two basic rhythms then. That first little chunky with the short, short, long, short, short, long, and then on the you don't know what it feels, then you're just going to do kind of a standard up, down strum. That's what it sounds like to me. Now, when I was listening to it, whatever guitar is there, it's way in the background, and it's not an acoustic guitar strumming that I can hear. I hear the drums as the driving the whole thing. No, and the harmonica are really the instruments that are up front. So this is the best that that I think you can do with an acoustic guitar. So there you go, Tom Petty. Another great tune from the '90s. You don't know how it feels. It's got a kind of a slow pace, and this this bar chord isn't that horrible. Once you here's another example of how this bar chord is similar to something else. So let's say we're going to do a bar chord and we're going to use the E minor form. Okay, we're going to put the third and your fourth fingers on the E minor, right? And then we're going to slide to where we want to go. Okay, it's the same thing except we're just going to bring the fingers down one more. So instead of right here in the E minor, we're just going to move them over this direction, one string, and then it's the same thing. So it's probably something new that you haven't played before, and I know it's a little bit tough. It just takes some practice, and I didn't get it perfect either. It takes a little, again, it takes repetition, right? It's not just 10 times, maybe it's 20 times to get that down. And if you like the song, hey, and you want to really work on it, that's what it takes. It's the same old thing: practice, practice, practice. All right. Well, I hope you got something out of this lesson. Take it easy out there, and we'll see you next time.